because Bruce might join us, so I got to figure out how to do that so we can hear him. I don't know how it's gonna work.
Okay, come on, where are you? Fuck.
Man, oh man.
I just had it on here. What happened?
Did you find it?
Yeah, but it just disappeared. Wait a minute, let me try it again.
Alright, try again.
Okay. Get that.
Alright, let's get that. Let's get a little chilly out.
For some reason, I cannot get it. Yeah, you.
Boom.
I had it for a second, then it just disappeared. What are you trying to do? Turn it up?
No, I turned it down.
Oh.
Because I don't like it playing the noise. But I got to figure out, because if Bruce gets on here, then. Because I invited Bruce, we'll see what happens. Anyways, there you go.
No, thank you very much. And don't let me forget to thank
Where's your mask?
Oz. It's in my pocket.
Okay.
Thank Oz for the mask.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
And his wife, Dawn.
Both
they
of them.
have them. If anybody wants them, they have them. $5 a piece.
Cool.
You know, we'll pull it out, show.
Yeah.
I don't want to wear it all the time because it kind of gives away me.
Oh, I'll wear it. I don't give a shit.
I know.
I'll wear it, motherfucker, everywhere. Ain't like the old days.
But they're gonna look at your ass and go, "Ah, it's an old man with the weed thing. Isn't that cute?"
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I just read on Facebook, chick I used to date, that was a dancer. She got a long thing on there talking about how she can't go to the bar and drink and dance, and she got to stay home and drink water.
Yeah, that makes sense. Stay home and drink water.
That's what she said.
Oh wow. So yeah, we can actually do like this from your house.
Oh, yeah, right. Like we did the other day.
Mm-hmm. But we can do it on here, live, in front of people, like so people can watch us talk.
Right.
The other one was a private conversation.
Got you, right. You can have a bigger audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be.
You know what? That was that new 18, right?
No.
That I just got through doing.
No. New 18 still hanging.
Okay, because I just did that a few days ago.
3 days ago. Yeah.
Right.
2 days ago, actually.
Actually, yeah. So what are you going to do now?
What?
When's the next time I'm supposed to be back here?
3 days from tomorrow.
Okay.
Wednesday.
When is our big day? Thursday?
No.
Monday?
Uh-huh.
This Monday?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I thought so, but I wasn't 100% sure.
We haven't got our lights at the new place.
You haven't?
No, it's quite frustrating. Because, yeah, I got
And you haven't got your lights because?
10 plants that I need to be under lights. Oh, my Aunt Chris says hi again.
Hello.
Hello!
Howdy.
How is that snow? Ha ha. We don't have it.
What, they got snow?
Well, she lives in the UP, remember?
Yeah.
She got a lot of snow, I think. That UP life, man. Away from everything.
A lot of people love that. Either they live up there. A lot of my friends have moved up there in the last 5 years because of their age, for one thing. Have moved up there,
And it's cheap.
and yeah, I don't know if it's cheap. It is okay, so that's cool.
Land is cheaper. Well,
land is cheaper.
Land's cheaper.
You're right.
The cost of living's a little.
Because
bit
they've all
cheaper.
got, I mean, more than just.
I guarantee you, their insurance ain't even close to what the fuck I'm paying for insurance.
Mm-mm. No way, Jose.
Living a fucking mile and a half from Detroit, please.
No way, Jose. Well, you imagine what I'm paying.
Plus, she's got 7 plants started. Well, if you want to bring them on the show, you're more than welcome to bring them on the show. We'll try them for you.
Mm-hmm.
We won't be nice, though.
It'll be our pleasure.
Yeah, it'll be our pleasure. But remember, we're mean critics.
Yeah, it might not be your pleasure.
Yeah. Mean critics of the cannabis. Speaking of, it's the first time I've ever had any strawberry cough from Zane.
Oh, that's strawberry cough?
Hmm? For both. Shit, man. I'm sure the insurance on my house is wrecked too.
Yeah, it looks like strawberry cough.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. It very much does.
Well, I'm gonna try a little of it.
Now, back about 5 or 6 years ago, that was the shit. Everybody
She says we can come up and have a show around the fire by the river.
Oh, damn.
You man enough to drive above the fucking Mackinac?
Of course I am. Remember, I went to Alaska.
You did go to Alaska.
That's right.
And you've never been to the UP.
And I drove to California.
Yeah.
From here.
That's cool.
But no, I've never been. The highest I've been is Idlewild. I haven't. Let me hold it. No. Maybe it was Clio.
Clio's not very far. Clio's up by Flint.
But that's what I'm saying. That's about the farthest. Well, the furthest I've been is like Bay City, really.
Well, then it's up there. Yeah, that's past Flint.
Bay City is the furthest I've been.
Yeah. I've been all
Which I like the
over
Bay
here.
City, too. I like the Bay City. It was in the summertime.
Yeah, we went there we did a job there, so we got to stay like 2 nights
Mm-hmm.
in Bay City, and it was good. Lots of tequila. I did not do much work the next day. It was a bad night the next day.
Lots of
Like,
tequila.
it was. I don't do that anymore
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like the feeling, man. I don't
Yeah, I
like
don't
being
either.
all that fucking.
I don't like the feeling either, especially
Shit
the next
fire.
day.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with cocaine. Cocaine's fine that night, but that next day, oh my God.
I've never tried it.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Molly's that way too.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It totally exhausts you the night before, so the next morning you just got
Molly's the same way. Like
I've never did Molly.
it's worth trying.
Mm-hmm.
If you've never done it, it's worth a try.
So does it fall in the same league as a psychedelic?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Mood
The
elevator.
reason why I say it's not a psychedelic, in the sense that, granted, I've never done a ton. I've only done like the normal dose that most people would do. But with a psychedelic, I felt like there was no control.
Okay.
You know
Yeah, well,
what I'm
you can feel like that on that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that can happen to you.
With-
That's common.
Yeah, with this, there was no panic.
No, none of that. Right? Paranoid, panic.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was the beauty of the psychedelic without any of the
Side effects.
chaos of the psychedelic.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Right. No, it
Because
makes
it just kind of lets you, like,
Just
with-
flow.
With me and her, like, one of the things that help, like, we don't do it very often. It's once or twice a year. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, the side effects at the day after, you're just...
you just fucked.
Yeah, drinking in our family is not a very good idea. That's why I quit, knowing that. But my dad put a false perception of what my mom's family was, but he made it sound like they were all just kind of like wasted, like they were all not knowing that really the drug war kind of put them in the position they were in. If there was no drug war, they would have just been normal people drinking fucking alcohol. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so, anyway, it's with me and her. It helped us talk in that sense. Like, you can talk about anything and you don't feel any anxiety.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no, because normally
No filter.
Even with anybody, you've been in relationships. Obviously, even as honest as you want to be, I'm pretty fucking honest with her. There's still times where, even if I want to say something, there's a kind of a filter that wants to filter it out.
Yeah.
Where
See
here-
it properly.
Where here it's just like, no, you just
Yeah.
you say what's on your mind and you don't worry about the ramifications because you know that she's in the same mindset as you, and she's not going to hear what you say and instantly go to that
negative. Yeah.
negative.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
It's not going
right.
to trigger the thought.
Right.
Because a lot of times people's arguments aren't because of the words that are being said. It's just the tones and the misunderstanding of the words that people are using causes so much anxiety that it brings up people's defenses instantly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With this, it doesn't let your defenses come up as quick, and you're allowed to kind of revel and sit in
Gotcha.
the thought without any negative,
Right.
without any negative connotations inside the body.
Yeah.
That fear, that anxiety, all
That
that
you
shit
get
that
from
comes up.
some
Yeah.
psychedelics, LSD and shit like
Well, no,
that.
just in life in general.
Yeah.
Like PTSD, the reason why they think it helps with PTSD. What's up, Bruce? I tried to invite you.
You know what? We're
Oh.
all gonna suffer from that when this shit is over.
Yeah, but they say like one of the reasons it helps is because you can actually live in that moment that is causing the stress. Because PTSD is basically a traumatic event that happened to you in a prior
That's a
part of your-
reoccurring memory.
No, it's a memory that causes anxiety.
Yeah.
It's a memory that'll trigger the fear, the fight or flight, panic, and all that stuff in a body,
Yeah.
because there was a moment that it was ingrained in the body that's what you're supposed to feel at this moment when you think about that thought. Now, obviously, if you that's not real. All your past thoughts are just past thoughts. They're not like
Right. They're not happening yet.
they don't
At
hold
that
any
moment,
weight. Yeah,
right.
But they can still make you feel anxious. And one way to deal with that is to meditate on them and live in those thoughts and live in that anxiety and try to understand the anxiety. You know what I'm saying? That's one way to deal with it. It's a very hard way to deal with it, and most people can't do it because the anxiety is more than they can handle. Now, another way to deal with it is with this, because then you can talk about it. I can have a physical conversation with a therapist or someone who's a licensed professional, and she can ask the questions and make me try to think in the thought, sit in the moments without the actual feeling. And not having that feeling there starts to repair the brain
You've
wave.
had therapy before?
Oh, of course I have. I started when I was like 28, I think. 27, 28 years old, I think I started. I met my friend Natasha, and she was going to school to be a therapist, a psychologist.
Okay.
And she said, well, you have this, and this, you need to go to it. And I started going. And I had a job at the time.
She told you had certain symptoms of certain...
Yeah, they started giving us insurance and making us take insurance, through the job. So I was paying for it, so I started using it.
Got you.
Then they first one put me on Klonopin and a couple other drugs.
Oh, okay, those are drugs.
Yeah, and then...
What, for anxiety?
Yeah, and I ended up talking to an actual therapist once a month for a while, and she had put me on my final cocktail, which was Wellbutrin, Zoloft, and Vyvanse.
I've heard of Zoloft before.
Well, Wellbutrin, I think Zoloft is the actual antidepressant, and Wellbutrin's like an add-on.
I've heard of that one before, too.
Yeah, those are the cocktail for
Yeah, those two I've heard of.
For my depression, and then the Vyvanse is a ADHD, because I'm like, I can't read, I can't do this.
Gotcha.
Because at that time, my brain was so anxious that I couldn't hold any thought.
Sit down and concentrate and shit like that.
Yeah, it was just too, I was too over here, over there.
You were
over there.
hyped up.
Well, yeah. I didn't exercise.
On your own...
Eating a lot of sugar.
On your own chemicals.
Yeah. Yeah, because my diet sucked, and you add in the stress of just trying to survive and have a home to live in.
Life is a bitch.
It is a bitch.
It can be.
Yes. Especially when you don't know that, because I was talking to Cut the other day, and I was like, it does. That's one of the reasons I started smoking as much as I do. Well, so I quit the cocktail cold turkey when I knew I was quitting my job because I knew I couldn't afford
to go to the therapist. Yeah.
Well, I couldn't afford just the pills. It was like $200 a month I was
I'm
paying just for pills.
Yeah,
every month, plus $200 out of my paycheck. So it was like $450 almost a month just for
your health thing. Yeah.
My mental health. Yeah. So I was like, I can't do this no more. So I I quit all the drugs, and well, I started with the Vyvanse. I got taken off that first, and then I stopped the Wellbutrin and the Zoloft cold turkey and went straight to smoking cannabis 24/7.
Ain't that a bitch?
And I've been on cannabis ever since. I lost a bunch of weight. I'm happier. Life is different.
There you go.
I learned to accept my faults.
And no bad side effects.
No, if anything.
And see,
No,
those drugs you were taking long term probably would have had side effects later on.
Yeah, cancer.
If you took them long
yeah.
term, you know.
Yeah. Well, when I got off of them, I can't even explain to you what the fuck my brain did. That's one of the reasons why I knew I had to quit, because there was a time when I couldn't afford to buy my pills right away, so I had to wait like 3 days.
Uh-huh.
And those 2 days, my fucking brain zaps.
Oh, yeah.
It's called, I feel like I want to call it the brain zaps. It was like every time my head shifted, or I'd go like this, just like that, just a little movement, I'd feel little zaps where it felt like my brain was touching my skull.
Skull on the
I'd
inside.
be like, oh, just a little. It didn't hurt.
Yeah, but it was just a weird
Like,
feeling.
oh, that's not normal.
No, that's got to be a creepy feeling.
Oh, it sucked, and it lasted like 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, that's got to be a creepy feeling.
But I knew it would go away because it all goes away. I probably shouldn't have quit the way I did, but I didn't have a choice, man. It was either that or stay working at ER, and I'd still be there, handing out fucking sanitizer and toilet paper for free as a nice publicity stunt.
Yeah.
I'd probably, oh god,
Yeah, life is a bitch.
well,
Unless you're rich.
even then.
I know. I just said it because it rhymed.
I know. Because you think, oh, I can just make much money. But then you realize, no, because then you got to keep making a bunch of money. Because if you want to keep the shit you just got used to, I got to make the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And shit ain't free, unfortunately, in this place. I don't know why.
No, ain't nothing free. There's absolutely nothing free.
Unless you're an oil company.
But still, there's nothing free. I mean, those guys living high on the hog and stuff, yeah, What can you say? Do you want to do what they did to be where they are? Maybe not.
No, because I'd already be there. If I had any ambition to be rich, I'd already be there. I'm not concerned about that. That money is not... There's a lot of, easier ways to make money. Easier, I don't want to say easier. They're not easier. They require more time.
I was going to say, a lot of people hear you say that, say, what does he say?
No, it requires more time.
Right.
You know
I understand that, yeah.
But faster.
Mm-hmm.
Faster ways to get rich.
Yep.
Like, for example, what we just talked about, that makes you feel like shit the next day.
Mm-hmm.
That right there is a way faster way to get rich than this.
Yeah.
Takes you half the time.
Yeah, but it's
Comes with a lot more risk.
Yeah. Don't want to go down that road. That's a road
I'll
full
take
of
2 hits for you there, buddy.
That's a road full of scoundrels and weird people.
Addicts. Different kind of addicts.
Yeah.
The addicts, when it comes to that, are completely different than the addicts when it comes to weed. Like, if you tell a weed addict no, he'll be mad.
Yeah, but no big thing.
He'll go away. Whatever.
Go over there and smoke a blunt or whatever.
Well, find some resin.
Yeah.
He'll do something. He'll live his life.
Yeah.
You tell...
But you tell it to certain people.
Is that Mr. Sweden? Mr. Sweden says hello.
Hello, Mr. Sweden.
That'd be Brian.
Mm-hmm.
In case you didn't figure that out.
No, I know.
It could have been Pella, I guess. It's probably Pella, too.
Oh, yeah, it could have been.
Right. Pella's just sitting there watching. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. We live in a world. I feel like the world's way more abundant than it used to be.
That's because
we still preach.
That's because it's gotten smaller.
No, that's not what I'm. Well, I guess it has.
Yeah. That's why coronavirus is so successful. People fly everywhere all the time. I saw a chart. At any hour doing between, I think they said 7 in the morning to 7 at night, there's so many airplanes in the air that the dots cover the United States.
shush your mouth.
No, it will blow your mind if you see this map I'm talking about.
Damn, that's probably all just cargo and.
I mean, there's a lot of people flying all over the place, man. I got friends I went to school with. They're always flying, all the time. They're going to the Philippines. They're going to Africa. They're going to England. That's all they do.
Philippines?
Yeah.
What the fuck is in the Philippines besides the Philippines?
I got friends that from school, from elementary school to junior high school to high school.
You still have elementary school friends?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
My oldest friend, his name is Bobby, and we've been knowing each other. I think he was 6 and I was 7 when we met, and we're still friends.
I don't know. I'm trying to think.
That's my oldest friend. I can call that dude right now and tell him I need some help. He'll be here.
I think definitely not 6. It was after my mom passed, so I know I was like maybe no, it wasn't middle school. It had to be high school. I think my oldest friend is from high school because I didn't really have any friends in middle school. I was just kind of like, I didn't have many friends in high school either. I was not the type of dude I'm not a very talkative person when it's outside of the people I know.
Yeah.
Small talk is not my game. I'm really bad at small talk.
You are.
I'm good at listening to people bullshit about small, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm very good at, I'm very good
You're not good at making it.
I'm just not good at making it.
Yeah.
If you want to talk, if you're someone that's a talker and you're just going to blah, 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 then yeah, I can pretend and do whatever. But if you're someone that needs me to small talk with you, like you need to hear about my day, or actually, I take that back. I really don't like hearing it either. Because I think about all my friends that talk. And
after a while, that'll get kind of old.
Yeah, there's only one person I can think of.
Unless they were talking about something very interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
No, it's Brian's probably the only person I've ever really listened to like that.
But haven't you ever met a person in your life that wasn't like everybody else and you hung on to every word they said because they had a lot of knowledge? And you ever had anybody? I had a guy like that one time, man.
Different kind of knowledge. What I got off of Brian was, for one, perception. The way he perceived the world.
Mm-hmm.
For 2, his just not giving a fuck about any. Like, I know people who didn't give a fuck, but he was the first person that I had met that truly didn't give a fuck.
He said truly did.
No, you know what I mean, though.
Yeah,
like,
I know exactly.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
people,
yeah.
You learn how to have that kind of attitude at life, and he always had that attitude. He had that attitude, and it just kind of, and you know, he always was, you know, hitting on me and shit, so it always kind of helped my self-esteem a little.
Oh, I see what you said. Okay.
But it just helped with perception to see, you know what I'm saying? Because in my mind, I'm not attractive because I'm not gay. I don't like men.
Yeah.
I'm not going to find this on a woman attractive in any way. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck?
You meet a girl that looks like me.
That was funny.
Well, I'm not going to find her sexy.
Right, of course not.
But...
Well, you shouldn't.
No, I get that, but...
No, I shouldn't say you shouldn't. Just
but
preference.
learning to understand that it's not my preference.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what I see...
It's all about preference.
Yeah, it's all about preference and understanding that, yes, there are going to be people... Because the way Brian looked at me, like, he was attracted... I could generally tell someone was attracted to me.
Right.
You know, so whether it be a man or a girl, it didn't matter. It was the first time in my mind. And again...
And it was kind of flattering. And
yeah, something also I learned about myself from Justin taught me, is that I just don't notice it. Like, I'm not paying attention.
You're not looking for that.
For it at all.
Yeah, you're not looking for that, so you're not going to see it unless it's blatant in your
Very
face.
blatant and in my face. I never see the signs.
Yeah. I'm kind of like that, too. I'm a little bit like that.
I don't know. I'm not really thinking about it. I mean, there's so much other things to think about in the world. Sex isn't one of my addictions.
You know, some people you don't know they're gay, and they might be gay, but they don't look gay. You know, they don't walk and talk that particular.
Yes. I knew that along, like, even at Holly I figured it out, because there was, when I worked at the Holly Hotel, there was 3 men that worked there that were, and this is the 90s, so this was, you know, even before you could be.
Yeah.
And we had 3 different types. You had Anthony, who was, I didn't know he was until I saw his boyfriend drop him off. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea. Then you had Jeffrey, kind of tell, little bit, you know, like, can't tell until he starts talking, type thing. Like the way he talked, you're like, oh yeah, you know, you're. And then the other one, he tells me about a story where he's like, what? He's telling me a story. He's like, yeah, I was rolling the table and I accidentally rolled over my toes and I was like, ee! And he did it too. He's like throwing his hands up and he's up on his tippy toes. And I was like, so I had already seen all 3 perceptions.
Right.
And Brian's one of those Anthony's.
Yeah.
Like, you meet Brian, you're not going to know until Pella walks up and grabs his ass.
Right. Until something happens.
Yes.
To make your eyes say, oh, okay, that's what's happening.
Yeah, you're not going to know until it's there. And so that was, I already knew that about. Like, I had learned that in my shitty little town I was in. But that was just working at a restaurant to help.
I didn't know what gay was until I was about, I had to be 15 or 16.
Yeah, but you're talking about, when I'm 15 and 16 years old, it's 95.
Oh, yeah.
It's a completely different
world. It's much, so far different.
Yeah. When you're 15 and 16, it's still illegal in some parts of it's still illegal in some parts of the world now. But a greater part of the planet, it was illegal to be gay. I think even in England, it took to the 60s or 70s before they finally got rid of it.
Is that crazy? That's crazy.
Yeah, people were in the war and shit, and they still got crazy. Like, you just can't be a Nancy. Like, why the fuck do you care? Why do people care? I mean, besides, we already know that most of the people care because they're so worried that they're going to be the next one. You know what I'm saying? They have that mindset, it's going to let me, I'm going to be the one, and I'm going to go to hell, and I'm going to...
Now, I'll tell you a funny story, okay? So, another one of my best friends when I was coming up, he was like a comic book dude. He had 2,000 or 3,000 comic books. And I might have had maybe 100 of them. So I go over his house. He lives around the corner from me. So we look at comic books together and stuff like that. And we go to the show, go see Godzilla and all that stuff together. And I think he was about 2 or 3 years older than me. But I noticed when I went to his house to visit the first time, we went to his bedroom, and his bedroom was like unbelievable. I was like, everything was all neat. Everything had its place, and it was just so precise and well decorated. At first, I thought maybe his mother did it. He said, "No, I did my own room." I said, "Oh," but it still didn't dawn on me because I didn't know what gay was. Okay, so me and this guy were good friends. I spend the night over at his house sometimes, and sometimes he'd spend the night at my house. He could draw real good. I like drawing, and he was just very manicured. His fingernails were always never dirty. His hair was always nice and trim and everything. So later on in life, this is when we were in junior high school and stuff. So later on, after I graduated or about to graduate from high school, he came around again and we were hanging out a little bit. And so I was at home and the phone rang and I picked the phone up, said hello, and somebody said, "Is this Rudy?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Who is this?" "Oh, it's Bob." What had happened is one of his gay friends went into his telephone book and took the numbers of guys out and was calling.
What, his boyfriend or something?
Yeah. Yeah. And he didn't know it. And that's how I found out he was gay.
What year was that?
Oh, fuck.
He probably hadn't come out at all, had he?
No, but it was obvious to people that knew back then.
Yeah.
Because he was just too...
Well, that happened,
I just didn't know.
The fact that the general public didn't know that Queen was gay. Freddie Mercury was gay, it just I mean, again, I wasn't there, so I can't tell you, but it just blows your mind.
But probably if you were hanging out with a crowd around him, you probably knew he was gay. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, the people that were around, yeah.
Yeah.
But they made sure that the public didn't know.
Oh, yeah, they kept it on the low.
a very, very big portion.
They kept it on what we call the down low.
Yeah, they would have had to. Back
down
then?
low.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it was really down low back then.
That's amazing that you can tell somebody what they can and can't do with their life.
It's the stupid ass. I don't know.
You know what I got? Like,
see, we live in this Christian
how is
society.
there a debate about voting? I don't understand how there's a debate about voting. Why would you ever try to stop anyone from voting? I understand that voter fraud might be a concern in your head, but
it's not a reality.
Okay, if you're going to make that everyone that has to vote have a picture ID from the government, then you should provide the fucking picture ID for free.
Yep.
I know $12 doesn't seem like a lot.
No,
but
it should be free.
$16 for someone who lives on a budget.
It should be free.
You know what I'm saying? If you're going to make these rules,
that way they're eliminating the voters they don't want.
I understand why they're doing it.
You know, they got all kind of little ways that they do it. You know, and that's one.
But it makes it so fucking honest.
And then some people don't want that. Man, I want that ID for a myriad of reasons.
Well, if you don't want a voter, okay. In order to vote, you have to register, which is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. How do you not get the right? How do you not register to vote the moment you're born with your social security number? Like, how is that not? Why do I have to after the fact register?
Because people didn't think like that back then.
Well, for what? Yeah, one, we're going off old politics where basically only landowners get the fucking vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did it in Game of Thrones.
Look at women.
Well, they did it at the end of Game of Thrones. They did this thing that got the whole group together. They decided that the one dude's going to be the king, and they're like, we should. And the one guy who's the poor guy who came from nothing, basically goes, well, why don't we give everyone a vote? And they just start laughing.
Yeah, they start cracking up.
They start cracking up.
I've never seen it, but I can see that scene.
Yeah, and it's like,
yeah, what are you talking about, motherfucker?
Come on, man, they can't make it. How are we living in that world still?
Because we have. Man has not progressed that much.
You gotta look the outside.
Man has not progressed that much in that department.
I know, but it seems
it's
like
still a lot of savages out here.
This mail-in thing. You know, you can mail in, right?
Yeah.
You should.
I got a thing in the mail.
You should definitely.
I got it in the mail. It came in the mail day before yesterday.
Well, make sure it's the right thing because you got to actually fill out an absentee voter thing off. You print it out from the. I'll print you out one if you need it.
No, that's what they sent me. They sent me the thing for absentee ballot.
Oh, somebody proactively sent it to you?
It came in the mail.
Oh, well, I gotta get one off there.
I think they send those out to seniors anyway. That's what I think.
Because I definitely want to have it just in case. Because I don't want to not have a chance to vote.
There was something else on there too. It was that, and what else was on there? It was something else. I can't remember what it was now.
Census?
No, I filled that out and sent that in 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, it's just you. It shouldn't be hard. One.
Yeah. Not hard at all. And you put your address and your name and all that shit. You starting some shit.
We postponed the wedding until next year.
You did?
Yeah. We're still gonna get our date. We'll just do it on 2021. And then it'll be inside. We'll do the whole thing on that day. So.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea to do that because we don't know how long this crap's gonna be the way it is. You know.
That's true.
Because we might be in this for a year. It's very possible.
I feel like we're gonna. I'm hoping I'm wrong, and I could be because I've listened to opposition. Like, I like Tony Robbins. I like a lot of things Tony Robbins says. Do I like everything he says? No. But I do like a lot of things he says. He's a very good motivational speaker. He's very good at taking other people's stories and finding the knowledge that you need out of it and giving it to you.
Get some inspiration out of it.
Yes. He's very good at that. But he was talking to two doctors, and the way they were talking about it is like people are just overreacting, blah, blah, blah. And I like how they said, I mean, it's clean. It's just he doesn't use anything, so it's just not dry enough yet.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, because he doesn't
Right.
use any chemicals.
Exactly. So
Straight water.
Yeah.
But it was relieving in a way because of the way they put it. They're like, we're not trying to say that they did it on purpose. We're not trying to say that Fauci was wrong in the sense Fauci was just doing what he could or going with what he had, the information he had. And as information is coming out, we're finding out it's not as bad as we thought it was. Blah, 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 blah is what they were trying to say. Now, is that true? I don't know, because there's a lot of different talk.
It ain't over yet,
depends
man.
on who you're talking to.
But it ain't over yet.
It ain't over.
So how you really can't make an assessment
until we have something to help us with it.
I'm telling you, this could go on for a while. They're talking about a vaccine is about a year away.
But if it technically has this, then I heard somebody, the reason why it's scarier than the flu is because more people can be infected by it, because the flu doesn't take long to incubate.
And if you're a healthy person, you can be around the flu and not get it. See, that's another thing. With this thing, you'll get it if you're around people.
Yeah, well, you may not feel anything.
Yeah, you may not. You may be asymptomatic.
Yeah. Right, but you're going to be spreading it.
Yeah, like a wildfire.
That's the difference between
everybody you come in contact with.
Flu, you don't spread it asymmetric. You only spread it when you're sick.
Right.
And when you're sick, you actually stay home.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this one.
You're too sick to get up and go anywhere.
Yeah, but that's the worry, and that's what happened with the Spanish flu. I think too is that it was the same as
I'm ready for it to be over.
Well,
I'm sick of it already.
One of two things needs to happen. It needs to go the fuck away, or it needs to hit 5 times harder. So, but even then, if it hits 5 times harder, we're gonna have even worse lockdowns.
Oh yeah.
If people started dying off by the millions,
mm-hmm.
And I know millions of people die all the time because that's what frustrated me. They were using that argument.
That's a dumbass
3,000 people a day die from this.
That's a dumbass argument.
It's like
we're not talking about an automobile accident or an industrial accident. We're talking about some shit that can wipe us out. The whole face, the human race can be wiped out by this shit.
Well, not this one, but if it mutates properly.
That's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making.
And
it can regenerate and come back.
And if you believe in
with
evolution,
a small difference.
Yeah, evolution, the theory says it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to stop it from evolving. It's going to evolve.
Viruses and bacteria outnumber us like a mug, man.
Yeah, they're the real fucking inhabitants of this planet.
You're absolutely right.
You know how much fucking bacteria is in a teaspoon of dirt?
Yeah.
Billions.
Yeah. It's all kind of shit living on your body.
Yeah. In your body.
Yeah.
Now there's people that say that you're literally just a bacteria tube. You're literally, that's all it is that you're a bacteria tube, because it's a tube that
like
goes
from Petri dish.
Starts from here and ends here.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that produce the energy that we need, because we can't do it ourselves. Right. They break down all the food and produce the enzymes and shit we need to live. So, I don't know. But then again, they should be able to fix it at some point. With this CRISPR,
they'll figure it out.
CRISPR should be able to do something.
They'll figure it out. One way or the other. I'm going to figure my way out of here.
It didn't taste like strawberry.
What'd you say?
I said it didn't taste like strawberry.